Hello. Now, I don't know if I'm going to upload this in the end just because I don't know how people would react, and I'll decide whether or not to upload it later when I've watched it. As you probably know, because it's all over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything, it's all over social media, it's all over the news as well. Chester Bennington, the Linkin Park lead singer, took his own life, and it was a huge shock. It was one of the biggest shocks that I mean, I'm not really one for mourning any kind of celebrity death. I get upset, I'm shocked obviously, but it's never one that really gives you chills. Like that literally, like that gave me chills. Seeing that news article come up on my newsfeed on Facebook really just shook me. And I know the reason I'm making this video is because I feel like it's still mental health and other aspects of mental health and illnesses are still really, people don't take time to understand what goes on with people. And a great example of someone who you didn't think would have those issues and turned out to have those issues was Chester Bennington. He was obviously this is the thing, we only saw what the media chose to show us and what the band chose to show us and what they chose to show us in interviews. But you know, from what we saw, and even a month ago before this happened, there was a video that was released. It was an interview, and he was talking, and Chester Bennington himself was talking about how, you know, perspective and different kinds of mindsets can really influence how you feel and how you achieve and how you do stuff. And he was talking with a tone that really conveyed the message that he was in a good place mentally, but he obviously wasn't. And like I said, I don't know if this is going to go up, so I'm purely I'm talking as if I'm talking to the camera now. But having known people who have been through stuff that is difficult, and just like other different areas of mental health like depression, bipolar, anxiety, I feel really burdened to just say something about it. I've got no right necessarily, because what weight can what I say carry? All I'm saying is, if someone comes to you with some kind of struggle they're facing, please just listen to them. Don't shun them or laugh at them or mock them for having that sort of problem in their lives, because you don't know what they're going through. You know, someone can be really, really happy, someone can have like a huge personality and a big front, but inside they could be really, really struggling. And I feel like not a lot of people do take into consideration that that could be the circumstance with a lot of different people they know, but because some people hide it so well, you'd never actually realize it. So if you're someone who struggles with these issues, then do not think that you're weak or in any way inferior to anyone else, because you're not. Go and speak to someone. If your best friend is really your best friend, then they will listen to you. Go speak to a family member, just speak to someone about it. Suicide hotline, yeah, it's useful, it's there, but at the same time, I don't feel some people want to do something like that, because putting a label on something like that and having a special person you go and see can really be something that we don't want to do sometimes. And when people have counsellors, they sometimes don't want to go to counselling because they may feel ashamed of it. Obviously they definitely have the benefits, and they do work for certain people, but sometimes just speaking to a friend, just speaking to someone you love, someone that you know will listen to you, is really, really helpful, and it can be more beneficial sometimes. So if you are struggling with something like that, then go and speak to someone. And if you don't speak to them, you don't know where that's gonna put you, where you're gonna end up, and that's a horrible thing to think about. And obviously I don't know what you're going through. I may not know you personally. If you wanted to talk to someone who is distant from you, then I would be completely willing to speak to you. I can't offer advice necessarily, but I can talk to you, and sometimes just sharing that kind of burden can make a massive difference in the recovery. So do that. Just please don't think you're alone. You're not. And if you are struggling with something that is going on personally in your head, then talk to someone. Please talk to someone. It could make a massive difference in your life, and you never know what that conversation will do for you beneficially. Anyways, this has been the Partial White Kid. I appreciate you, and a lot of other people do. So, goodbye. Much love.